What's going on, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. All right, so it's been a while I uploaded projects like this. I've been in school. I just finished from school. Okay, so and in today's video we are going to be creating this dynamic Power BI project. You can see what we have there. It's so dynamic. All right, you can see what we have. So we are going to start from the scratch, and then the data set to practice alongside with me is right there in the description. So make sure you go ahead and download the data and work alongside with me. Okay, so we'll create this dashboard from beginning to the end. All right, so guys, buckle up and let's get straight into it. So this is the data set we are going to be using for our project. Now if you see it's open in Excel now. All right, now if you try to study our data, you can see that we have here the sales details here. Okay, this is the sales table. We have here the customer table. Okay, the customer data, and then right over here we have the order data. Okay, and then we also have the product data, which contains the product ID, the category of the product, the subcategory of the product, and then the name of the product. Okay, now if you look at what we have here, you will see that we have the order ID, and each of these orders are unique. Okay, and then the order date, then the day when this order was shipped to the customer. Okay, and then the ship mode, which could be first class, same day, second class, or standard class. All right, if you have watched the previous projects on this channel, we have used this data set before. Okay, so but in this particular project video, we are going to be working on something different. I'm going to be showing you guys some new things on creating a Power BI dashboard. Okay, so we also have our customer data, which contains our customer ID. Okay, so like I always say, the first thing you try to do is that you make sure that you understand your data set, and then that will give you an edge in knowing what you want to achieve, in knowing what you want to present, maybe to your client or to your boss. Okay, then you can see that for the customers, we have their IDs. Okay, we have right here the IDs of the customers. We have the segment of the customer. Then we have the country. I think this is just for US. Okay, we have the cities, we have the states, then we have the postal code. And then for this sales data, because this sales data is our fact table, you can see that it contains the primary key columns of the dimension tables. These are called dimension tables. Okay, this customer data, order data, product data are called dimension or lookup tables because they contains categorical data. Okay, and then this sales data contains numeric data. Okay, so they are called a fact table. All right, so we are going to go ahead now and import this data into Power BI, and then we start with some data transformation, and then we go ahead and do some data modeling, create relationships between our tables. You can see that these tables are separated. Okay, I've taught you guys that if you have this kind of thing, what you do is that you create relationships. Okay, which we'll do in Power BI data modeling tab. Okay, and then we go ahead and present we go ahead and create DAX. We go ahead and write DAX. We create measures, and then after that we go ahead and create the background of our dashboard in PowerPoint. If you have been watching projects from this channel, you see that we create our dashboard, the backgrounds of our dashboard in PowerPoint, and then we go ahead and import them into Power BI just to make your dashboard look fancy. All right, And lastly, we go ahead and create our dashboard. Okay, so guys, let's get straight into it. So now I'm here in Power BI desktop. Okay, and you should make sure that you are using the latest version of Power BI. Okay, if you don't have the latest version, just go ahead and try to download it. Okay, or try to like update the one you already have. Okay, so if you want to know the version of your Power BI, you can always come here to this help button here, this help tab. Okay, you click on it, and then you see this about. Now in this about, you will see the version of your Power BI. The one I'm currently using now is the March 2023 version. Okay, so you can always try to like update your Power BI to the current one. Okay, so because of the new features that have been added. All right, so let's go ahead and import our data. You know how we do it. I'm going to come here to the home tab. All right, you can either come here to get data, all right, or you come here to your Excel book and go ahead and select your data. But for me, I'm just going to use this. Then go ahead select the data from where I've saved it. Okay, so the data set has been linked in the description. Make sure you download it so that you can also work alongside with me. Okay, the best way to learn is practice while you are watching videos instead of just watching videos without doing anything. And that is why I always try to like attach the files we're using for the project in the description. So make sure you download it and then practice alongside with me. Let's get straight to it. Now, as you can see right over here, I'm in the process of importing my data. Now you can see what we have here. You might be wondering, why are we having this? Okay, consider that we have sales data, we also have sales data. Now, but if you look at the icon we have here, this is a sheet, right? But this is a table. Now this is because of how the data was stored in Excel. The name of the sheet, that worksheet, all right, for sales data is sales data, and then the name of the table that was given to that table that contains the sales data is sales data. Okay, so if you click on it to preview it, you see that they contain the same thing. Okay, but for me, I like working with the tables instead of the sheets. Okay, so it's still the same thing, but I prefer to work with the tables. So I'm just going to like bring in the tables. So you have the sales data, the customer data, right? You can see here the customer data, then the order data, and then the product data. Okay, so I'm just going to or actually look at this. If you also look at this, all right, you can see that this is the customer data. This is because this table was named table 2 in Excel. It wasn't given a name. Okay, so I'm just going to select it and work with the tables so it can be consistent. Okay, you can see that this is our order data. Okay, and then this right there is our product data. Okay, so this is the customer data, the order data, and then the product data. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm not going to load it in directly. I'm going to transform data so that I can do the necessary data transformation in Power Query Editor. Now I'm going to rename this. This is the customer data, so I'll click on it and rename it to customer customer data. Okay, and then for this is the order. Okay, this is the order data. Okay, order data. Okay, and then lastly for this is our product data. Okay, call it product data. Now you might want to ask that what kind of transformations should we actually do. Now, to know that, you have to know the difference between what a fact table is and then what a dimension table is. At the beginning of the video, I said that the fact table holds numerical data like your sales table, your profits table, it could be your budget table. Okay, but a dimension tables or lookup tables contains categorical data. What do I mean? Look at what we have here. This contains information about products alone. So this row, this first row now, contains information about a particular product, the ID of the product, the category to which the product belongs, the subcategory to which the product belongs, and then the name of the product. All right, now same thing for this. All right, we have the ID of the order, the date we received the order, then the date the order was shipped, and then the ship mode. Now this dimension table should not contain duplicate. Why? We already have information about a particular customer. We don't have to repeat information about him again, like a record about him again, since you already have a complete record about him. If you look at this first one here, this is repeating the same customer, and we don't need to have that. All right, it shouldn't be like that. So same thing for orders. This is an order. We already have information about a particular order, so we don't have to have it repeated again. Okay, however, if you come to the sales data, okay, you might be wondering that the ID of the customer is repeating twice. Now the sales data is the fact table. You might be wondering that the ID of the customer is repeating twice. In this case, this doesn't really mean anything. Why? You might want to ask. Because a customer can order from us more than once. A customer can buy from a company or from a store more than once. That means the ID of that customer will be repeated. Okay, a product can be bought more than once by different customers. That means the ID of the product will be repeated in the fact table. Okay, so in the fact table, we don't remove duplicate from these IDs. Okay, so we leave them. All right. However, in the dimension tables, we must make sure that we remove duplicates from these ID tables. They must be unique, and they're always unique, and then they must occur just once. I hope you get the point. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove duplicates based on this ID column. All right, to do that, I'm going to come here to home. I'm going to come here to remove rows. Okay, remove duplicate. Now you can see that duplicates have been removed. Let me cancel this step so you can see it again. Every step you take will be shown here. So if you want to undo, let's say I click on this now, that means I want to go back a step. Okay, so if I remove that, you see that this customer was repeated. Okay, so if you come here now and we do it again, just try to watch carefully. Okay, this customer is repeated twice here. So you come here to home, and then you come here to remove rows and remove duplicate. You can see that the customer is no longer repeated, so duplicates have been removed. Okay, then we're going to do the same thing for this. So this is the same order. You can see these two here, these two rows, these two records, right? They represent the same order, so they shouldn't be repeated. So I'm just going to also remove duplicate from this table. So you now do that: home, remove rows, remove duplicate. All right, let's do the same thing for this: home, remove rows, remove duplicate. All right, so basically this is the only transformation that we need to do. Okay, so if you also look at your sales table, you can see that the numbers are in the right format, so which is not bad. So if you, just in case you probably want to detect the data type automatically, you can always come here to detect type, so it will do it for you. You make sure you select Ctrl A, okay, and then you come here to select all of your data. All right, you come here to transform, detect type. You just click on detect type, so it will automatically detect the data type for you. Okay, you can see that the data types that we have here, they're all in the right format. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to close and apply. Okay, so for any transformation that we might need to do, we'll come back here and do them. Right, but for now, I don't see any other thing that we need to do again. So I'm just going to come here to home, then I'll close and apply. So the next thing that we are going to do now is go to the data modeling tab of Power BI desktop, and then we go ahead and create relationships between our data. Okay, so close and apply. Okay, let's wait for it. It's loading up. Good. Now for my own Power BI, like from the settings of my Power BI, I have it that it should auto detect relationships. However, for your own, if it's not like that, you can always create the relationship by yourself. But as you can see, this is actually correct, but I'm going to teach you guys how to create relationships in Power BI. All right, so I'm going to delete this so that I can show you guys afresh. Delete this, and then I'm also going to delete this. All right, now if you see what I have here, this is my fact table, so I'm going to leave it in center, not that. And then these are the dimension tables. Now if you look at what I have here, right over here, the customer ID is also here, so I can link these two tables based on this customer ID. So you just click on it and you drag it and place it on it. Okay, now you can see that this is what a one-to-many relationship. That is because the customer IDs here are unique. They occur just once, but here they can occur more than once. And I think you know the reason behind that by now, okay? Because I've already explained that. And then for this one, the product data, I'm going to drag the product ID over here. You see what I have there, okay? So, and then for this one, I'm going to drag the order ID right over here. Good. Now before we move on, I'm going to add a separate table for the date table, okay? And I think you know, if you have watched most of my project, you see that I always try to like create a separate table for my calendar, okay? The calendar table. Now how do we do that? I'm just going to come right over here to new table, okay? Or you can just come here. Sorry, you can see the tables, okay? The tabular view of your data, exactly. So I'm going to come here and click on new table. So when I click on new table, it's gonna ask, we're going to write DAX to write the table we want. So I'm going to call this my calendar table, okay? So I'm trying to zoom this in. Okay, no, this is what I want to do. I want to zoom this in. Okay, good. So now I'm going to use the calendar auto function. Now what this function will do is that it will it returns a table with one column of date. It's going to check through my data and automatically create a date column for me based on the date I have in the order data. Okay, so I'm going to select this. Okay, no, not calendar, sorry, calendar auto, this one. Okay, now then I'm going to close it. Then I'm going to click enter. Now you can see that this is from the first 01/01 to 2016, right? Now you must make sure that you confirm sometimes, because here we're having two dates. We have two dates here. We have the order date and then the ship date. So I want it to actually work with the order date for me, right? So I have to make sure that I am confirming that. Okay, so how do we do that now? So you can always check your order table from here. You see, if you sort ascending now, you see as okay, this is ascending. This is starting from the 3rd of January 2016, 3, 4 up to let's sort descending up to 30th December. Okay, let us check what we have here. Let me try to see if we can change the date type. So we have okay. Now this one started from the 1st of January. Okay, it started from the beginning of January, okay, up till descending up to the end of December, which is okay. All right, so I'm going to remove this sorting. Okay, let me just, okay, it doesn't really mean it's still the same thing, it doesn't matter. Okay, so now in this calendar table, I'm going to add some new columns. I'm going to add a column for the year right here. Sorry, I'm going to add a column for the year. Then I'll call this calendar table date, okay, dot year. Okay, I'm going to add a column for the okay, new column. I'm going to new column for the quarter, for the quarters. So that will be calendar, okay, calendar date and that's quarter. Then I'm also going to add a new column for the quarter number. Now I'm going to show you why I'm adding the quarter number in a bit. All right, so the quarter number, now this is going to be calendar table date quarter number. Okay, then I'm also going to add the month number, new column. No, I'm going to add the month first, the month. So for the month now, I'm going to use the format function. Right, give this the date, calendar table date. Okay, and then I'm going to specify I'm going to use the short form, spelling of the month, and then I'm going to now add the month number, new column, the month number. So I should have the calendar right here. Okay, calendar month number here, and then new column. Lastly, for I want to add the weekday, the weekdays. Okay, that will be calendar. No, I'm going to just use the format function, then give this my date. Okay, the date, and then I'm going to specify the format I want. I'm going to use the short form. All right, and then lastly, I'm going to add a column for the month, the weekday now, like the weekday number, like Sunday should be 1, Monday should be 2, or probably Monday should be 1, Tuesday should be 2, and so on. Okay, so weekday. No, I'm going to show you why I'm adding this one now. So I'm just going to use calendar date. Is it? I think. Okay, let me see. All right, it should be weekday, not calendar date. It should be weekday. So I'm going to use the weekday function and provide the date. Okay, and then comma. Then if you look at this now, Sunday is going to be 1, then up till Saturday. Well, if you go with 2 now, 2 will be 1 for Monday. All right, so I'm just going to go with 1. All right, you can always read about them here, but I'm going to go with 1. All right, I'm going to go with 1 here. I'm trying to see if I can show you. I'm going to go with 1. So 1 means that Sunday is going to be 1, Saturday is 7, Sunday is 1, Monday is 2, all the way to Saturday, which is 7. Okay, and then I'm going to click enter. Now I've been saying that I will show you why I'm adding these ones. Let's say, for example, now let's go ahead and add let's say, let me add a visual. Okay, that let me bring in the month, for example. Now say the month, you can see the month here, and then now even without adding values, you see that the months are arranged alphabetically: April, August, December, February. So because we don't want that, that was why I'm adding the month number, then the day numbers, all of that. Then what we're going to do now is I'm going to come here to this month. All right, I'm going to sort column by month number. Okay, I'm going to come here to quarter, sort column by quarter number. Okay, I'm also going to come here to the weekdays, sort column by the weekday number. Okay, now you get the point now, because so if you come here now and you try to add a visual, then you bring in the month, for example. Now you see that they've been arranged from January down to December, which is what we want to have. Okay, so guys, that is it for, and then we must not forget to add our calendar table to our modeling. Now you can see what you have here. I'm just going to bring it here. It's shift on down a little bit. Okay, then try to resize it a little bit. Then I'm going to bring this one right here, right here, right here. Okay, now this date is equivalent to the, do we have date in this sales table? We don't have date. We don't have date in this sales data. Okay, now something we have to look for a way to bring in this, because should there be any need, I think we have to do that, because if we don't do that, there's no way we'll be able to connect sales to the date that we have here. So let's try to find a way around it. Let's see if we can find a way around it. So I'm going to come here to my sales data. As you can see, there is no date here. I'm going to just try and do new column. Okay, and then I'm going to call this column date or other date or anything like that, but just call it date. Okay, just call it dates. Okay, and then I'm going to make it equal to the date table from the order date. All right, so this order ID will help me distribute the date. We ensure that the dates are distributed the right way. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use I'm going to properly, so you can get what we really want to achieve. We want to move the date, all right, from the order table so that they can also appear here, so that we can connect or create a relationship between the sales data and the calendar table. So I'm going to use we use a function called related. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in the order date. Okay, the order date, then close bracket and click enter. Okay, and that will go ahead and fetch in the date for you. Okay, then this order ID will ensure that the dates are well distributed. Okay, so I'm going to change it to short date. No, sorry, not short time, short date right over here. Okay, so our calendar table now is here, so let's just be consistent with the date. I'm also going to use the short date. Now we can come over here now to the relationship tab and then create a relationship between the sales table, okay, and this. So I can link this this to this. Okay, I hope that was clear. You can see that one to many. All right, so we can now go ahead and start creating our measures. Okay, so so far, if you have learned something, go ahead and drop a comment, give the video a thumbs up, if you have any question on anything we have talked about so far, you can always drop your questions in the comment section. Okay, I'll try to give answers to them. All right, so we're going to start creating our measures now, and to do that, like I always do here, I try to create okay, before I forget, this table that we have here, let's ensure that we mark it as the date table. Okay, mark as date table. Okay, then I'm going to select the date, click OK. All right, and then I'm going to come here to table tools. Okay, now insert. Yeah, insert is not insert. Let me come to home. Okay, come here to this enter data under the home tab. Okay, now well, before then, let me make sure that I save this work. Okay, make sure you save your work just in case you know, anything can happen. Your system might go, or you know, just in case of anything that might happen, make sure you always save your work while you're working. Okay, so I'm going to save this now. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click on enter data. So this is where we're going to add all of our measures. Okay, so for the name of the table, I'm going to call this all measures. All measures. Then I'm going to click on load. All right, so let's start creating our measures. So the first thing I'm going to create, the first measure I'm going to add is the total sales. So let's see the sales. So that's just going to use our sum function, and then we go ahead and select the sales table, which is right over here. Okay, and then make sure that you format it correctly. Then for the decimal place, I'm just going to use no decimal place. All right, now I cannot go ahead and remove this column that is here because I'm not using it. So delete from model. Don't remove the column when you have not added any measure. If you do that, that table is going to disappear. Okay, so I'm going to add a new measure for the total profit. The total profit. Okay, this is gonna just be the sum of the profit column. Okay, and then I'm also going to format that to be decimal, and then no decimal place. All right, then I'm going to add a new measure for the total quantity sold. Okay, new measure for the quantity. Sorry. Okay, let me try to zoom in so you guys can see what I'm. No, come on, not you. This one here. Profit. Okay. Profit. So I'm going to use sum. Oh, I think we've done profit. Quantity. It should be quantity. Quantity. So that's going to be sum of the quantity column. All right, see that? I'm going to click enter. Okay, I'm also going to add new measure. Now for the I also want to add a visual for the profit margin. Now for profit margin is simply total profit over sales. Okay, profit over sales, and that will give us our profit margin. Okay, in percentage. Yeah, I think that is it. Okay, so profit margin. So profit margin that would be the profit that we just calculated divided by the sales. Okay, then it should be in percentage. Okay, then I'm also going to add a new measure for the number of products we have here. Number of products, so just call it products. Okay, so you can always call your measure your measures whatever you want, but as much as possible try to make sure that there's something you can always relate with. Okay, so products. Now products, I'm just going to use distinct counts. So distinct count, then I'll give it the product ID, product ID column, sales data product ID. So it's still the same thing, or you can just go ahead and use the product ID column in the products table. Okay, still the same thing you get. Okay, and then new measure for the number of customers. So customers. So for this, I'm going to use let's see, same thing. Okay, distinct count. Then I'm going to use the customer. Okay, the customer ID from the customer data table. Okay, click enter. And then lastly, I'm going to add the number of transactions or the number of orders the store received. Okay, orders. So I'm going to add for the orders, which is going to be I'm going to count the rows. Okay, so the count rows of the fact table represent the number of orders we actually got. Okay, so count rows of the facts sales table, fact table, sales data, right? So there we go. So okay, for this profit margin should be a percentage. Okay, I'm going to definitely maybe just remove the decimal points. You don't have to, but then for the transactions, okay, or orders, yeah, I'm going to format it to number. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, so these are the basic, because the dashboard we want to create is just a simple single paged sales analysis dashboard. Okay, so we don't have to create a lot of measures. All right, so we have our measures created now. The next thing we are going to do is to jump into Power BI now. Jump into PowerPoint. Then we go ahead and create the dashboard, the background for our dashboard, and then we go ahead and import it back into Power BI, and then we start designing our dashboard. So guys, let's jump straight into that. So now right here in Power BI, in PowerPoint. Okay, so the first thing you should do is you should make sure that you have a blank layout like this. Okay, and then we can start designing the background of our dashboard. Okay, so right here on PowerPoint, make sure you select a blank layout. All right, so I'm going to start with, I'm going to come into these shapes. I'm going to insert something like this. Okay, so you can straighten the corners by holding this yellow button here, just drag it around. So for the outline, I'm going to say no outline. Then I'm just going to format the shape, format shape, view, color. I'm going to say more colors, and then I'm going to I'll just input the color code. So I'll just use this thick black 42 42 42. So this one. Okay, and you can go ahead and enlarge this a little bit like this. I'll also straighten it like that. Okay, now I'm going to duplicate this. Okay, then for this one I'm going to change the color to a lighter black, something like, see, so just enter the color codes alongside with me. So 89, it's this color. Okay, so I'm going to leave this one here. see what I have. Okay, then I'm going to enlarge this a little bit. Then I'm going to bring this one here. Should have something like this. Okay, right there. Okay, just make sure that you follow my steps. Okay, and then next I'm going to add okay, maybe I can just duplicate this and bring this outside, try to expand like this, then straighten the sides. Okay, now to drag it. All right, and then I'm going to change the color of this. Come here let me use more colors. So I'm going to use the code, the RGB code, RGB numbers I mean. So use 240, 242, 247. Okay, I can see what I have. It's there, but it's just a little bit light. Okay, as you can see, you drag it properly. Okay, I'm going to send it to back. Okay, send to back so that it can enter under this one. Okay, then try to bring it down a bit right there. Then I'm going to expand it to the side here. Okay, now I'm also going to again duplicate this, but this time around I'm going to use a white color. Okay, then I'm going to resize it and place it here. Just try to reduce it a bit. Okay, see what I have there. All right, good. This is exactly what I want to have. I can see what we have. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my cards. Okay, I'm going to add my cards. Maybe I'm just going to use and duplicate this and resize it. Okay, something like this. Okay, this is right here. Alright, but before then, let me first create something I can use for my header right here. Okay, and then I'm just going to give it this kind of formatting. So format painter and give it formatting. That's what I have here. Okay, all right, so just place it somewhere here. Okay, somewhere there, and I'm going to add a text box inside this place. Text box, we should write inside here, like sales sales details. So I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger. Oh, let me make it bold. Okay, then I'm going to change the color to, okay, I'll leave that for now. Okay, but let me just go ahead and add my cards I was doing. Okay, just follow my steps. Okay, so I'm going to add a card here. Yeah, I'm just going to drag it down a little bit. Okay, do something like this. You just see how it goes. So, and then for the color, I'm going to change color. I'm going to come into more colors. So I'm going to enter the color code, which is 4 3 4 3 2 C 7 8. Okay, so this is the color I'm going to use. I hope this will actually match what I have here. Okay, so and then I'm going to duplicate this. Now, however, for this I'm going to use another color. I'm trying to see how these colors go, but let's see. More colors. Okay, I'm going to use 240 242. Okay, then 247. Okay, then I'll go ahead and duplicate this right there. Okay, and then I'm just gonna duplicate this. For me, I think these are too big, so I'm just gonna resize it like this. Yeah, it's something like this. Okay, so I'll come here to shape format. So this is 5.0 by 399. 5.0 to 399. Yeah, 3.99. So 3.99, and lastly 3.99. Okay, then you can bring them together like this, like this, and like this. All right, so I'm going to duplicate one of these and I'll make it bigger. I'm going to drag this on to the side, bring this on here, bring this on here, bring this on here. Okay, and then just enlarge this a little bit. Then yes, so I'm going to make this one black. Okay, I'm going to make some black. Okay, and then okay, so I'm going to duplicate what I have here, put it somewhere here, but I want to have something like this. Let's see if we can give it another color. See how it looks like. Yes. All right, so I'm trying to make sure that the colors are okay and then the alignment is okay right there. Not bad. Okay, and okay, for this I think what I'm going to do is I'll just go ahead and remove this. I'll add this text box in Power BI desktop itself, because at times this text tend to like cut down, okay, when you import this background into Power BI. So I'm just going to remove it. You can always add that in Power BI itself. Okay, so just increase it a little bit. Okay, now let me go ahead and format this ones properly, align them to the top, and then I'm going to distribute these ones horizontally. Okay, then I'm going to increase on a little bit. Good, so we're gradually getting there. All right, and I'm going to duplicate one of these and bring it here. So yeah, I want something like this. Okay, I'm going to duplicate one more. I'm going to straighten the edges properly like that. So I can just remove this and just reduplicate this. This is all right. Should I? Okay, enlarge a little bit like that. Then I'm going to duplicate this, but make it smaller. Now I'm going to leave it somewhere here. Enlarge. Okay, just do this. So align right, align right, yes, align to the right, and okay, good. Now you can see what we have looking very nice. Okay, so you can see that the colors I use are not really I use about just few colors. Okay, the colors should not be fighting themselves. Okay, just try to use colors that match. Okay, so I'm trying to see if I need to like reduce this, or maybe just leave it and increase it a little bit. All right, guys, so we're just going to go ahead and use what we have here so far. Okay, so I'm going to save it now. I'm going to save it now. To do that, if you have watched the last project, you can see the way we always go about them. Just come here to files. I'm going to come here to export. Okay, change file type. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and with PNG. Just click on it. All right, and then you can see I'm just going to give it a name. Let's call it sales background. Okay, I'm going to click on save. Now it's asking me that do you want to export all slides or just this ones? Just in case you have other slides, just select just this one. But as you can see, we have just one slide here. Okay, so it doesn't really make any difference. So I'll just go ahead and select just this one. So that will be saved. So the next thing we are going to do now is to go into Power BI Desktop and import this background into Power BI Desktop. All right, so guys, let's jump back into Power BI Desktop. So I'm back right here now. So the next thing we are going to do now is to just go ahead and import in our importing our background. So I'm just going to click here, format canvas. Okay, browse over there, then just reduce this transparency to 0, and then this to fit. Okay, not bad actually, not bad at all. So see what we have there. So you can go ahead and, like I said, let me just start the text box. All right, so I'm going to add the text box here, right here. Okay, see right here. Then I'm going to call this sales details. Okay, and just say probably sales analysis. I think we just use sales details. Okay, then let's go ahead and use a font. A font that is bold, or let's increase the font size. Let's see how this will look like. Too big. Let's use 16. 16 is not bad. Okay. Maybe I can just remove the board from here. Okay. Let me change font to this one. Okay, then I'm going to remove the board from here. Okay, and give, since we are emphasizing on sales, okay, sales dashboard. So let's format this. Let's first format. So if you need new edition of Power BI, you can come here to this view, and then you can see different pins that you want to see. So the filters are showing. If you don't want to see these filters, just go ahead and uncheck it from here. If you don't want to see this data, you can always go ahead and uncheck from here. You can have your full page. but I'm just going to turn this on and turn this on because I need to format this. So I'm going to click on this. Okay, this style, I'm going to turn up the background. Now you see what I have there, right? Sales details, which actually looks okay. Right, looks okay, not bad. So I'm going to just duplicate it and see if I can put it here. Let's, okay, I think this is what I'll do. I'll leave this one as sales details. Okay, then you can always use anything you want to use. Actually, I'm just trying to make sure that you guys get the concept. This is not really the main thing. Okay, the analysis and the dashboard you're presenting is the main thing. Okay, so you can always use whatever you want to use. So now I'm going to go ahead and add a card here, add visual. So I'm going to add a card, then I'll go ahead and add data, and then I'm going to bring in our sales. Okay, you can see that the sales is 2 million. Okay, so I'm going to bring this here and properly size it. Now, but I actually forgot to show you guys something. Maybe I'm just going to pause now. We'll go back into PowerPoint. I actually wanted to show you guys how to add some icons from PowerPoint. Okay, so if you don't mind, I'm just going to pause the video, then we'll go back into PowerPoint and then try and improve this background, and then we import it back. Don't worry, that will not take a long, it won't take your time like that, but you stand a chance to learn something new. So let's jump back into PowerPoint and see how to do that. Alright, so I'm back here. This is what I just want to show you guys. So if I come here now, you see what I'm picking? I'm picking this shape. Okay, just draw it. So I'm just going to resize it properly. I can hold my shift key to resize it. Then I'm going to put it somewhere here. Okay, so for the fill, I'm just going to make it white. Then for the outline, I'm going to say no outline. Okay, see what I have there. Then try to centralize it here. Then I'm going to duplicate it, bring it here. But if, okay, let's see, I stand out here. It's not really okay. Control Z. I'm going to bring it to front. Bring it to front. Let's see how it works. I think we have to use another color. Let me see how it formats the fill. White, let's give it some outline, see how it go. Still not trying to see. If I remove the outline, let me try to look like I give it another fill. Okay, it's actually there now, but it is not coming out the way I want it to be. So let me see what we can do to that. Alright, so as you can see now, I've tried to like just walk around it. Okay, and then it's showing now. See what we have there. Okay, so I'm just going to duplicate this and bring it right over here. Bring it right over here. So format. So this is 1.58 by, okay, so this is bigger, 1.58 by 1.58. okay, same thing here, should be 1. Maybe I'm just going to save my time, delete, control D twice, bring this one here, bring this one here. This is faster for me. Okay, you see what we have there, so you can go ahead and align them like this. So align sorry, align top. Okay, now you can see what we have. So I actually want to add some icons there, some icons like that will make our dashboard look fancy, like you saw at the beginning of the video. So I'm going to come here to insert, but you must make sure that your system is actually connected to the internet. Okay, if you are not in a place where internet is actually always available. Okay, So you come into this insert, you see icons. Okay, icons. Now you can always search here for here for me. Let me first see if you can see sales, something like sales. Maybe I'm just going to use let's just check through sales. Maybe I use search for money. Okay, so I'm just going to use this. I'm going to pick this. Then for, let me see if I can search for quantity. It's called like quantity. I didn't see. I just check through here. So you can always check through here actually. I'm just trying to go to save time. Okay. I think I still have something. See again. I'm gonna use one for the profit. Okay. Okay, we did some for the transactions. So for customers, look one of for customers. So I'm gonna use one for customers. Okay, I think for my for the measures, we have the sales. Okay, we already have the icon for sales. For profit, for profit margin, let's look for something else for profit margin. So I just have to search. Okay, profit margin. I'll just go and use this. I'll just pick this for us. So then for quantity, I need something for quantity. See, I'll just go ahead and use this. It doesn't have to be accurate, but and then products. Let me see if I can see where's products. Okay. So I'm just going to use this for product. Okay, go ahead and insert them. Alright, so you can see how them here already. So let me try to separate them. Okay, separate them. Now for the sales, I'm going to use this for the sales. I'm going to use this for sales. Just bring it here. Okay, you can just resize it properly. Not bad. Okay, not bad. Then for a profit, we need for profit. For the profit margin, I'm going to use this. The profit margin. Okay. For quantity, I'm going to use this. No, for quantity, maybe I'm just gonna use this. Okay, so you can always use any icon you want to use. Okay, I just didn't get the exact ones I want to use here. Okay, and then for customers, okay, I'm going to change this one to white, the graphic format. Format graphic fill, I'm gonna make it white because I'm beginning it here. Okay, I want to have a number of customers somewhere here. Okay, somewhere here. Okay, and then I want to have the number of products somewhere here. I want to have number of products somewhere here. Okay, put it somewhere here, and then I think so. I actually want to have number of transactions somewhere here. So, but as you can see, okay, I'm going to swap this to this. So this should be black now. Okay, wait, where is it? Sorry. Format painter, bring it here, see what we have here. So I'm going to use it for number of transactions. Okay, transactions. So number of products will be here. Let's try to arrange it properly. Number of transactions will be somewhere here. Okay, and then this, so I'm going to use this for quantity. Okay, the quantity. So now you can see that this is actually looking better than the first one that we imported. So I'm going to save this now, come back to export, change file type, sorry, export, change file type, PNG, okay, and then I'm just going to give it that same name and replace it. Yes, just this one. Okay, now you cannot jump back into Power BI and import this back and see how it looks like. Okay, let's get straight into it. All right, so I'm back into Power BI now. Just go ahead again, format the canvas, remove this and import this new one. You see that it's just looking better. All right, so we can start adding our measures now. Okay, so let's start that. All right, so as you can see, we have our sales here, the card for the sales. So I'm just going to format this, format options. First of all, I'm going to take away the background, okay, so that we can see what we have. And then for the color value, I'm going to give it a color of white. Then for the category label, I'll make it white too, so you can see it properly. I'll make it bold. Okay, I think this is all right, so you can place it properly. See what we have there. So I'm going to copy this for the profit. So this time around, I'm just going to come. Okay, but for the color value now, it's going to be black, so it can be seen black. Also for the category label, it's going to be black. Okay, and then we change the data to profit. Where is it? Profit. Okay, I think let's see here, from here, if it's in millions. Okay, I think it should be in thousands. Okay, let's see what we have. Oh, I see. So we can try to reduce the font. Okay, so we can also, let's be consistent with what we have. So I'm going to use 35 here too, so be consistent. Okay, you can see what we have there. So for this one, this is the profit margin. So come here, profit margin. Okay, so let's just change this to none, to 10%. Okay, so for this profit, I'm just going to come here to this category label and let's, okay, trying to see, come here, let's change the profit instead of total profit. Okay, and oh, it's not changing. Okay, I think I'm just going to come here to the measures and change this to profit. Then okay, it was total profit, now it's profit, so that this can be updated. Okay, then profit margin is okay, and then the quantity now. So I'm just going to come here and change this to quantity. Okay, good. And then number of products. Okay, now we have to format the card. Come in here, more options, color value should be white. Okay, white. And the category label should also be white. Okay, well, we have to reduce the font. Okay, and then this is going to be product. You can see that we have this is the number of products we have. Okay, so we can format this properly from here. What's going on here? Oh, okay, I'm going to check this. Okay, I'm going to check that now, but let's just finish this before go ahead and check that. Okay, so here we have the number of products. Okay, here we have the number of customers. Okay, and then here we have the number of transactions. So just change this to transactions. Okay, orders, I mean, choose orders, right? So you can see that. So it's looking actually nice. All right, so let's proceed to the other measures now. Okay, now let me check what's going on here. Okay, column reference date, calendar. Oh, I see. So I'm gonna correct this now and then show you guys how to go about that. Okay,